Welcome to the Awkwardness Podcast, where every episode we chitty-chat with a musical artist, usually a friend of Tony's, about why they started playing music in the first place and why they kept going, and they play us one of the first songs they ever wrote. We're your hosts. I'm Rose Sean.
I'm Terence LeClaire.
And I'm Tony Tancredi.
So, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We at Awkwardness have discovered time travel.
Yes.
Yes, but unfortunately, it only works for podcasting, so we're not exactly like saving the future Sarah Connor style. This episode is actually our very first episode we ever recorded, and one of my personal favorites. If you're not familiar with Kolaj, you are missing out. Tony, how did you get this person to agree to be our first guest ever?
I met Teesa a lifetime ago through my good friend Winkler. She was his love interest, so naturally I was intrigued and had to know more about her. I needed to make sure she wasn't gonna, steal his kidney or something. But I remember the first time I heard her music. I was blown away by the tightness and overall groove of her tunes. I want to say the first song I heard was Time to Be Alive. Ooh, that's a jam. Needless to say, I was hooked, and I've been a fan ever since. So I just asked her, will you please come over? And she said, absolutely.
She's the best.
And she hasn't stolen his kidney yet.
No,
but,
not that we know of.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's truly an achievement because she's got literal millions of streams on Spotify, and
Yes.
she's collaborated with the likes of Cascade and Eric Nam and Quinn92, and she's also just got a crazy fascinating life story. And you should just hang out and hear all of that and more in our interview with Teesa Houston, the artist presently known as Kolaj.
Yo.
Hey, check it out. First day.
Is this omnidirectional?
Well, it's more omnidirectional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can be over here as well. I'm just going to do like ASMR.
I'm not
Hey.
monitor.
No monitors happening?
Oh, here, sorry.
Yay. Little birds, little texture, a little bit of stuff. Is it happening?
Not vocal or?
No, not that one. Because she's gonna sing into that mic.
Oh, I get it.
Is it? Is it live?
We're live.
Yay.
We're rolling. Awkwardness.
Welcome.
Cool.
Welcome, Teesa, to Awkwardness.
Hi.
Yay.
Thanks for having
T.
me.
My goodness, yeah, we're outside Spencer's house.
We're in a Highland Park adjacent backyard.
Yeah,
in
there's
Los
an
Angeles,
orange
California.
tree.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
We're here with
pretty stoked
Teesa.
about it.
It was like entering Narnia of backyards, to be honest with you. I thought we were going to be in that garage, and then it led to like that canopy and then another garage. I think there's 3 garages back here.
Many layers.
But,
It's actually all garages. That's a garage.
We're in an
It's a
outside
lost
garage,
world
technically.
back
Yeah.
here. It's gorgeous though.
Oh my goodness. So you started telling us about this song that you were playing that was a duet, but tell us about that.
Well, the song I wanted to have prepared for you guys today, you guys told me that you wanted something like from the youth, like basically like the first song you've ever written kind of thing.
Ideally.
This is probably the second song I've ever written.
That's still good.
And I was just like a very angsty and sarcastic teenager. And I had just been like beginning to explore songwriting for the first time because before that I was just a visual artist, and I was like getting an education in like being a fucking painter. I don't know, whatever that really means.
I love that.
A content creator.
yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would no, not at all. Like just a visual artist.
Free all that stuff.
I was known as like the girl in high school that like made art, and I was secretly practicing guitar alone in my room every day. I just had like this amp and like an electric guitar, and I would try to teach myself like Jimi Hendrix and like Led Zeppelin and like try to be, I don't know, overachieving on my own, but like never show anybody for real. So that's why I didn't really come out as a musician until it was actually like senior year. There was like a talent show at the end of every school year. And I was like, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to go balls out on this final year. So I performed a cover of Foxy Lady by Jimi Hendrix. And I dressed up with an afro. I dressed up as Jimmy. I had like this all-guy band where I dressed them up in like feather boas and polyester shirts and bell bottoms, and they were all kind of very flamboyant. And then I was like you know you a little heartbreaker. And then like I drop to my knees when the solo happens, and I like pull off my afro wig, and just like all my long black hair falls down, and I get on my knees and just like, you know, like,
Oh my God, that's
I
amazing.
remember like the reactions in the audience from like my the alumni and like my teachers were just like,
Yeah. Wow.
did you know about this? You
Yeah.
know?
Total shock and awe.
Yeah, they were like, I can't believe you didn't participate in any extracurricular activities for our school. You have so much talent, you should have been participating. And I was like, well, I would, but like, have you heard your choir? You guys like sound terrible. Like, I'm not participating in that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Is there a video of this
Oh,
somewhere?
please. Or pictures.
There is somewhere.
Like, does somebody's
Oh my
mom have
God.
the height tape?
Like, yeah, somebody has the. Somebody gave me a DVD once upon a time that had
A DVD.
What's
it.
that?
Yeah.
And I was also into like swing dancing and stuff, so I like performed these like big swing dance performance in front of a live band, and like all
That's
this-
so cool.
Yeah, I think I performed "My Girl" while playing the bass to
Sweet.
somebody else, and I did the harmonies, and I was just like, I don't know, it's really, really nerdy.
Those are good choices.
Those are all good choices.
Yeah.
There's
I
nothing
think.
embarrassing
Nailed
about
it.
those choices.
And then I was just like, I'm never gonna see this state again. I was in South Dakota.
Oh.
Yeah, so and then I enrolled in the University of Hawaii and went back to my tropical roots. And there in the dorm, I was majoring in like visual arts, but I brought like 2 guitars with me, and I remember like trading a Rat distortion pedal for a 5-track recording system with
Nice.
this like huge Hawaiian dude that was in my chemistry class. And he showed me how to use it. And then that was like the very first time I was able to like layer parts of songs together. And in the time, it was all about MySpace. So I just like casually put the album up on MySpace. My friends were in the like video majors or whatever, and like did a quick like video, and like for like in no time, like my whole album ended up on like every single like high schooler's iPod.
Nice.
And all these kids were like covering my song. And
That's a dream.
And they were posting it on YouTube, and YouTube was kind of new back then.
That's right.
You know, but it like made this like viral thing without intentionally wanting to do a viral thing. And but it was funny because every single kid was Filipino. So I don't know. I was just made like a organic Filipino following without trying. So yeah, this album is like really in the hearts of some high schoolers back in Hawaii.
Is that the band? Is that Trace?
And that was Trey's Parade.
Trace Parade.
That's kind of cool how, your audience found you that way.
Yeah. And I hadn't, previous to that, had not had any Filipino friends in my life because I was
Oh, that's
adopted.
beautiful. Yeah.
And I was adopted into an African American family. And then I was like forced to move to South Dakota during high school. So I was just around only like white middle America kids.
There
And
weren't like tons of Filipinos in South Dakota.
no, I was the only one. And the only one with a black mom. But I don't think if I hadn't had been forced to move to South Dakota for high school, I don't think I would have really ever became a musician and like fascinated myself with like playing the guitar and like, actually wanting to be a real musician versus just a singer.
Well, it's that
Sure,
alone
yeah.
time. It's that alone
It
time.
was a lot of alone time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Jamming in trailer parks and stuff.
Was the songs you first wrote, did those become Trace Parade?
Yeah. Trey's
amazing.
Parade I was like a 1-woman band, I guess you could say. And with that 4-track, I like made all the instrumental parts. And
Like Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only my
Princess.
biggest hero.
Yeah, I was about to say, you love Prince.
Were you listening to lots of Prince back then? You said like Led Zeppelin and...
Yeah, although I didn't discover like heavy Prince until like probably the next year after that.
Yeah.
And then I dug my heels in even more. my little purple heels.
So wait, so I'm sorry. So one of the first songs you ever wrote went viral on the internet.
Pretty much.
That's
It's
so
just-
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Locally.
That's
Not bad.
cool.
Not bad.
In a local sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone starts somewhere, and Teesa
And
started
Teesa
right away.
started
Yeah.
way
She
up
just-
here.
Okay.
It was what I wasn't aiming to do. And then I signed up for the Battle of the Bands and like performed it and won. And
Yes.
and it afforded me money to buy like my first iMac and like
Oh my
be
goodness.
serious with it. So I
Wow.
decided just from my one freshman year, I was like, you know what? I think college is a scam anyways. I'm just going to drop out and see how this music thing's going to go because this was kind of unexpected, but let's just see how it goes. And so,
Nice.
and here I am a billion years later.
A whole billion. Yeah.
Well, with many, many millions of Spotify plays.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
and Kolaj is your most recent thing, right? There's no new thing that we don't know about.
Not at the moment, nothing
Oh,
announced.
but let's stay with the Trace Parade for now. So the song that you brought in is from Trace Parade?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that.
And also if there's a story behind it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's called Heartstrums, and it was my first endeavor of trying to write a love song. However, I was so sarcastic about writing love songs that, songs that people like at the time that I made it all so very tongue-in-cheek. And I tried to exaggerate like being an adorable girl that sings a love song on her acoustic guitar. And so that is the premise of how I wrote it. But the lyrics turned out to be pretty bomb. And like
How old were you?
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like my Hawaiian friend like taught me this one riff of like hammer-ons and hammer-offs. And so that's how I wrote the song.
What's that riff?
Like that.
Love it.
Yeah. So it has like this very like indie Hawaiian thing going on. Yeah. So it's really going to be interesting to perform because it is a duet. So it is two genders overlaying each other, but through one girl with one guitar.
Was there a specific person that sang it with you back in
Yes, back in the day, it was my close friend Nick Westlake, and he was the one who helped me record the album, and he was like the first guy. I made friends with him when I was in like 11th grade, and we would like skip fourth period to like go make synth pop music, and he was like the first person to ever show me that like you can be an artist and you can write things yourself and you can like just make a whole world for yourself. And so he was probably like the biggest influence on me. However, he did tragically pass away about 4 years ago. Yeah, in Minneapolis from this freak train accident. So that was really weird news to get. But
that's horrible.
he was just like the most influential musician personally in my life probably. So yeah, I mean, we never really performed it. He was just on the recording and the music video, and I think because of how flamboyant he was in the music video, it made it viral.
Oh wow.
To why a lot of other kids started covering it to like pretend to be us. I'll show you later.
We
That's
need to find that
amazing.
music video.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
need
was
to see.
gonna
I
say.
must see that. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
here's to Nick.
That's our
and
homework.
We can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. So, okay. But once again, just follow along to the fact that it's a duet sung by one girl, two genders.
It's very progressive of you.
I'm pretty gender fluid anyways, so, it's not really out of my wheelhouse. Also, this first chord is like the most first chordy thing you've ever heard.
Yes. Yes.
That's how it starts. Yeah. Down by the fountain where I once had 2 shiny pennies and one dying wish for a pretty young boy with hair down to his chin. He would fall from the stars and then he would confess, Don't stop that sweet sound of loneliness, 'cause you'll watch your step when my tip-top toes hit the pavement. Oh, you see the sky. Oh, you are an item from my lullaby. Oh, you see the sky. Oh, you are an item from my lullaby. Ooh, ooh. Slide guitar goes here. He took me by the fingertip and spun me to the clouds. The moon was our spotlight, and when he laid me down, there was 700 fireflies and one bed of grass. Soft lips trembling forever, this shall last. Doo-wop, dewdrops will sing my message, and they'll dig down, diggity deep, put my love in your chest. Open your eyes, heartstrums and surprise. I'll 10 your size. Let's talk a little more action. Oh, you see the sky. Oh, you are an item from my lullaby. Ooh, ooh. The bridge goes here. And if I fall, I'll catch you by the waist. My darling lips you'll taste, they're sweeter than candy rain. And when the stars get angry, my miss, why you so concerned? The 1/3 angel back intact. When your pretty paws will pine, I will sigh. Just keep 2 pennies and sing this song. My rhythms and kisses won't be far. Open your eyes, heartstrums and surprise. I'll 10 your size. Let's talk a little more action. Oh, you see the sky. Oh, you were an item from my lullaby. Oh, you see the heartstrums and surprise. Oh, you were an item. Let's talk a little more action. Oh, you see the sky. I'll 10 your size. Let's talk a little more action. Ooh, ooh, yeah.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You were ahead of your time.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, wow.
So
good.
which part was the guy?
I know. I love it.
Part where you can hear my balls dropping. Yeah, all I needed was like a little tambourine at the foot.
Yep.
Or one of the
bass.
like you're
Sure.
just a single bass drum.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
were most of the songs from that time in that vein, or because you said you were skipping fourth period to write electropop?
Yeah, exactly. Like it was like that was the only one that kind of turned out the most kind of like Hawaiian folk indie kind of. The rest kind of sounded more like, I don't know, the Yeah Yeahs or like
Nice.
Right.
early Weezer or something.
Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
Because that was more of my influence, but I think that was like the one song that kind of like I don't know, found its own sound.
Where's the name Trace Parade come from?
I don't know. Like you had to make up band names back then,
Sounds
good.
but like my
Yeah.
nickname
Crucial.
in Hawaii was 3. I guess maybe because of my name, but
Oh.
it was like 3. Like my friends were like, "Hey, 3, let's go!" Like and so I went with Trey.
That's amazing.
Some people started calling me Trey. I was like, okay. I've gone by so many nicknames.
That's awesome. That means people love you.
Love it.
I always
That's
wanted
true.
I always
people that get
wanted a
nicknames are
nickname. I
loved
never had
ones.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess when your
Many.
name is Rose, it's just already a nickname.
That's a good one though.
She's the Rose
yeah, that's
Warrior.
like a solid one namer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess, but
Rose by any other name. Hey.
they did come up with my derby name earlier. Should I ever decide to go that route?
Rose Warrior.
Oh, Rose
Oh,
Warrior.
yeah, that's great.
Rose Water, Rosebud, Rose. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Kissed
All
by
of
a
them
Rose?
works.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many people used to sing that to me when I was in 7th grade.
It's
Great
yeah,
song.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that song.
Probably got old.
So
It did,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So Weezer, Yeah Yeahs.
Yeah.
Like, are any of those recordings like? Can we find them online anywhere?
I tried to dig recently, and most of it, I like just completely deleted those MySpaces. It's like never again.
Or like Tom
Yeah.
did that.
I
It's
can't
like,
get into
Yeah.
mine.
If you go to MySpace now, it's so hard to like find old songs on it.
Well,
Yeah.
do you know though?
Tom personally deleted
Tom,
it.
yeah, Tom is no
was
one's
our
friend
friend.
anymore.
He let us down.
No, but you scrubbed it on purpose.
Yeah, I did personally
Yeah.
because I was like, I moved to LA, and they were like, no, you need to like, only show the music you're trying to show, and like I took that advice or whatever. I should just like re-upload it. Like the music only exists on actual CDs now.
Wow.
So I should just like re-upload it someday, and
Are the videos still on YouTube?
they are.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're
That's
painful.
so
Okay, no,
cool.
good.
Oh,
Good. No,
they're
it's-
amazing at that. Yeah.
It's a shame to, obviously a lot of people liked it, so it would be a shame to just,
Yeah, no, thank God those are still. I sometimes worry about like one day these people are going to grow up and be like, I need to delete this, and then I'm never going to see that video again. But luckily, no one's deleted any of them.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah.
So you took those MySpace pages down because somebody told you to, or because you wanted to?
I guess both. And I was ready to move on. Like I'm always like looking forward to like the next shit that I make and exploring new sounds and new songwriting like avenues and stuff. So I was okay with it at the time.
So Trey was over.
Yeah.
Trey's was over.
And enter Kolaj.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
yeah,
a
there's
little
a few other
space.
things in between, but yeah. Kolaj started as a side project with me and a partner, and it was originally called Dojo.
Oh, cool.
And we made it like all like I was like, we're not going past 112 BPM. It's just like all sexy, down tempo, and then like throwback like 90s synths and like kind of like brought back my like island guitar kind of style playing with like I don't know, more like R&B falsetto kind of vocals on top, and then it ended up catching attention really fast, and we got like a really big management deal and then record deal. And so our lawyers immediately were like, okay, there's too many projects out there called Dojo. Legally, we're going to need you guys to like change your name in order to perform in more territories. And so I came up with Kolaj.
I'm going to pause you on more territories.
Oh, here comes Snoopy.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
Are you serious? Get out of here.
It says free my
Free my G
with a heart.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know what that
What
means.
does Free My G
It's
mean?
legit a plane with a banner behind it.
Free Teesa.
Yes, hashtag.
Free my gi, you know.
Hashtag
healthy.
free my G.
Free My G.
We should probably look up what
Yeah,
that
somebody
means.
figure that
somebody's
out.
homing from prison?
Probably. There's a lot going on there.
But it's like
One of us
they-
out, I'm going to go up in that plane. I'm going to get the word out.
I think they
No,
should have
my
been
G.
more specific.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like wait, who
G
are we
who,
freeing?
though? G who?
I want to free. I want to contribute.
Wow.
But where? Plane, come back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No.
we have so many questions for you, but back to you. So you could play in more territories.
Yeah. So
changed
that's
your
why
name.
we named. I changed the name to Kolaj. I really liked how it was spelled, Kolaj.
I love that.
I just couldn't believe like no one had ever thought of that spelling before, and like,
There's somebody in India.
yeah, like exactly. I found one metal group in India.
Oh, I didn't realize they were metal. Oh, that's even better.
it was so sick. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I did come across them when I was internet stalking you.
Oh really?
I mean,
Okay.
doing research.
yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
So Trey's Parade was a collaboration too. Is that a comfortable place for you to write?
I would say usually like one kind of person that has strengths in the areas where I'm weaker to come in, kind of like helps, fulfill the artistry like as a whole. 'Cause like I'm not like I'm more of like a raw creative, more of like an executive producer kind of ear. Whereas like I'm not as great at like software and being really techie. And so it was usually like, a partner that was really good at like programming.
Oh,
And,
that's cool. But you've got an amazing voice, and I love like on Spotify the songs that are up there are these amazing collaborations and stuff.
Yeah. Each time we were asked to do like a feature or like a collaboration, I was like, I don't know if this makes sense. It doesn't make sense on paper. And then just like, boom, like we'd hit it out of the park each time. I'm like, whoa, like to go from like Cascade and like this huge like EDM giant and then to like K-pop and like bringing tropical pop music to Korea and then to like Quinn 92 where he's like more like, I don't know, like R&B kind of college. You know, I was just like, I don't know.
That's so good.
That guy seems to be all about the collaboration.
Yeah.
It's like feature.
Yeah. It's definitely it's a strategy for sure that helps both parties.
No, but that's cool.
So.
I actually have a question for you about that song specifically. Was it about anybody, or were you just kind of like
Which song?
the one you played, the Heartstrum?
Oh, Heartstrums.
Sorry.
No. Well, I guess it could be written about Nick because he was a pretty young boy with hair down to his chin. But otherwise, no. It was like I was so detached from actually having romantic feelings that enough to like be vulnerable enough to put in a song. No, it was like so tongue in cheek about like, oh, look at me. I can like sing on an acoustic guitar and be all cute and like.
So you were just like, okay.
It was like not about anybody.
I guess to be commercially viable, I'm going to
Exactly.
have to write something that can be in a yogurt
there
commercial.
was just so much for me to get over, apparently.
That's funny.
That's fun. I mean, and maybe that helped you do the songs where you are today. The show's all about growth.
Yes, dear God. Yeah, if that doesn't show growth, I don't know what does.
So did you listen to something specific or like have something specific in mind to kind of like, you know, did you have a template, I guess?
For this song?
Yeah.
Heartstrums? Absolutely not. Which is why I think it turned out so unique.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like I said, the only influence was this one guitar riff my friend showed me. And honestly, that was from like a prog rock band. Yeah, totally weird.
Wow.
But I was just like, ooh, that's a really cool, like, I don't know, intuition.
Wow. So, I mean, I'm like, right on. So you just like came into it with like an attitude of like, this is dumb, and then wrote a really great song.
Yes.
Oh, well,
And
that's
that everybody
cool.
loves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is there a
All right.
I love
song
that.
like
That's a strategy, I
Yeah.
guess.
That's so you. Knowing you now, T, that is the most T thing I've ever heard in my
It is
life.
if you know
Amazing.
me.
It's so you,
not
yeah.
to be like, oh, I'm so cool. No, like it's really like that's how I kind of am. Like, this is dumb. Let me give it a try.
Yeah, and then you rule at it.
Nice.
You know what? I think it's like you're like diffusing it for yourself. Like if you don't care that much, you don't have to like
Maybe.
be worried about it. You don't have to like go in
Yeah.
with anxiety. Yeah, that
and
makes
then
sense.
and from that moment, I found out I'm actually pretty good at writing commercial pop music.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So what's like an example of a song, like a new song that's like kind of shows that?
I mean, most of Kolaj, I feel like, is
Yeah.
very pop, and
There one you want to do for us?
I can play like a little bit of it. I mean, they don't sound as
It's pretty different with
fully
an acoustic
encompassing
guitar.
Yeah.
as Heartstrums does,
to be
because there's
alive.
so many like different instrumentations going on. Like the bass carries it a lot, but like the touch is probably what I'm most known for, or like Hitchhike.
Oh, I loved Hitchhike. I think that was my favorite from the drive down from Big Bear this
Really?
morning. Yeah.
Aw, I'll try to play some.
Hey-oh, it's me, Tony. Sorry for the interruption, but like Rose said, this was the first episode we ever recorded, and we didn't really know what we were doing then, and we still kind of don't, but that's cool. The audio for T's original performance of Hitchhike got a little jacked. My bad. Sorry. But I hit her up, and she graciously sent us this, even though she was 8 months pregnant. You go, girl.
I never seen someone care so much about their own ego the way you do. So you put your foot down a step too far, thinking that I never take off on you. 'Cause we work it through. too stubborn to, so I'm gonna prove I've gone far enough for you. If I step out the door, I'm gonna hitchhike the runway. 'Cause when I let you steer the road, your pride will send me the wrong way. Hey. I shouldn't have to be there when boy meets world. Like no one's ever said no to you. Ain't right or die supposed to be equal partners. That's why we drive on one headlight instead of two. 'Cause we could work it through. But you're too stubborn, so I'm gonna prove I've gone far enough for you. If I step out the door, I'm gonna hitchhike the runway. 'Cause when I let you steer the road, your pride will send me the wrong way. Hey. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking the runway. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking the runway. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking. If we met down the road, you'd probably treat me the same way. So I can't pull around. No, I need you behind me. Hey, if I step out the door, I'm gonna hitchhike the runway. 'Cause if I let you steer the road, your pride will send me the wrong way. Hey, yeah, I'm hitchhiking the runway. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking the runway. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking. Woo. So I wanted to just like bring up a little behind the scenes fun fact about this song, that it started off actually with the chords from the Divinal song. I touch myself. I don't want anybody else. When I think about you, I touch myself. Oh, I don't want anybody, But then I was like looking at those chords, I was like, oh, those chords are dope. Let's just turn it a little ethnic. And it was like, rest, rest, rest. Yes, put more rhythm to it. So, yeah, that's the story behind Hitchhike. There was actually when the song came out, shortly after the song came out this song by, I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called The Chainsmokers and Coldplay. And they put out this song that the guitar solo ended up doing. So just like on Hitchhiking, how it goes. It does that at the end of the, I want something just like this. I want something just like this. So yeah, we thought we had like a lawsuit there for a hot second, but yeah, then the lawyers like, I don't know, looked it up and compared, and we did not win, unfortunately, because I could have really used some Chainsmokers / Coldplay money, if you know what I mean. But the song is still stands on its own.
Friggin' Coldplay. Well, back to our original programming.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I was
love
going to say,
that.
nobody's heard that song like that, so that's
I
pretty
know.
cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never performed it acoustically.
It's so amazing because
Oh, that's the first.
if
Yeah.
you
That's
if you
great.
just listen to like the Spotify songs, like you wouldn't know everything that goes into it. Was able to
Yeah.
create those songs.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask you, when you're writing for this project, do you write on guitar? Do you write on keys? Do you just write in the program? Like,
I definitely start usually with chords, and my chords are typically through guitar meddling, or my partner would like just kind of like pound out chords, and I would like noodle on the guitar till we found like a riff or a chord base that we loved, and then I would just like have him leave the room, and then I'd write an entire song, and then have him come back, and then we would just build it out, and make the different parts and figure out the dynamics and knock out a bridge,
but
and
you're
stuff.
still starting with guitar. That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
I'm a
amazing.
guitar. I'm a terrible keyboard. Sorry, Pete.
told me she was like Mozart.
Yeah. He's like, you want to play with us at Dodger Stadium? I was like, fuck it, all right. And he's like, you guys play keys? I was like, absolutely.
Absolutely not.
I've only performed like as a touring guitarist and bass player, but never keys. But yeah.
Wow.
Same thing, right?
So,
Yeah.
Wait, if it means I get to play Dodger Stadium, then
Yeah, right.
yes.
Yes.
100%. Yes.
I play keys now. That's great.
Absolutely.
I think the same thing happened with like Bob Dylan's guitar organist, where he didn't know how to play, but he's just kind of hold down like a chord. He just
Yeah.
held a chord down, right? And then he's just like, turn that up, and he's like, oh sure, yeah, here you go.
Where's the volume knob?
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of music you're playing, like often you can get away with just like, meh, meh, honestly.
Well, I did my best to practice for Pete.
Right, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to
That's
do
kind of
songs
you.
justice, and my knowledge is, mostly comes from guitar, but I could just at least like figure out, because he has like really just like more solid like chord based songs, so.
This is maybe a little obvious because, you kind of had some like early, really positive feedback from the outside world in a way that like a lot of people that are writing when they're teenagers don't really get. But was that the thing for you that made you go, oh yeah, like I'm going to keep doing this? Or was it just like I would do this if nobody ever heard it?
That was very much like I was 18, I was on my own, I had like no family, I was funding myself through college, and I had to, it was just like a really scary time of like, what the fuck am I going to do with my life? I'm so far, don't have very many skills, but I'm really fucking good at being creative. So I went with art. Very quickly discovered that like everybody else around me was like, from families that like saved up for their kids to get education. I was just this military kid that was like, I don't know, I don't have any guidance. I guess I'm just going to do art. And I realized how expensive it was going to be for me to finish a 4-year bachelor, And so I just like very quickly, I guess assess what I actually have resource-wise. And I was like, you know what? Considering I just like on a whim made an album and it went viral, and I received like even like money, and like the local news studios and television studios were offering to let me use their studios for free to film my music videos. Just like so much support. I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna drop out and give this music thing a try, because honestly, that might make me a little bit more money than the route that I'm going right now.
That was a good move.
Yeah. So
When all signs
By the way,
point to yes.
Love your hat. Like, is there like a story behind?
Yeah. Well, there's a big story behind it, but I was adopted off of a military base in Okinawa, and this is from there. And this hat actually belonged to the woman that rescued me and like got me to the military base.
Oh my goodness, the
That's
actual
beautiful.
hat. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that piece of
I
history
know.
with you.
Yeah.
That's for another podcast. But yeah, I went to the Philippines and met her family for the first time, and they gave this to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
We're sort of talking about, we have kind of like we're all about the journey. And so you're saying like you kind of had to like step outside your norm to write this love song, this heartstrom song when you were young, because you were like, this isn't my thing. But I mean, you're clearly writing love songs now. Do you feel like that just kind of like got you in there? Like, okay, I can do this. Like, this is a comfort zone for me, or?
Yeah. I definitely had to eventually, choosing to want to be a songwriter as a career path, I had to eventually, like I need to buckle down and really get in touch with every single relationship feeling on the planet that you've ever heard. And I've written hundreds of songs about every aspect and every metaphor that you can talk about with love and despair, so everything's about relationships mostly. Yeah.
It's funny that, especially you mentioned that you had a sarcastic like approach before, because like your song with Eric Nam is so sincere and sweet and beautiful that it really
love that
shows
song.
like such growth. And so, Teesa, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, you're
on
amazing.
Awkwardness. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Teesa.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, check out Kolaj.
Thank you for having
Can
me. Yes.
Well, we may have to do a spin-off podcast where we talk about your fascinating life story.
Yeah.
I mean, just your band bio was like, what? I encourage everybody listening to check that out. But yeah, wow. Thank you for being such a good storyteller. And,
Yes.
Thanks so much, Teesa.
Of course.
Yeah.
Love to.
And we can-
Thank you for hitting me up for this. This is such an awesome concept.
Oh, you came to mind immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Immediately.
like every fucking interview you do as a musician is like the same thing. And you're like, no, let's talk about like that most awkward, rough part where you started. I'm like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, I'm
everyone
down.
starts somewhere.
Yep.
yeah, now you get to keep a Trace Parade t-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll fight over it later, guys.
I
Oh my
feel like
goodness.
we have to
Or
put
we'll
it in
have-
like a frame.
We
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, spin-off, like Storytime with Teesa.
should. Exactly. I
Story time
think people
with
would listen to
Teesa.
that.
Tea time.
Tea
time.
All right, nobody copy us.
Tips.
It's on record.
Awesome.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
That's tea time for you.
Oh, tea time is coming. Mark my words.
It's coming.
Yeah, 2025. Yeah, you might have heard some little comments from the Peanut Gallery in there, and that was episode 13 guest Pete Molinari. So, see what I mean? Time machine. We are all over the space-time continuum and maybe even crossing dimensions. I don't know. But you should definitely check out his episode. And I just want to say, not everyone goes viral on the first try.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody does.
Nobody but Teesa, apparently. I mean, I guess sometimes you just got lightning in a bottle. And, as we've covered, as many of our guests have told us, MySpace is a powerful tool, was a powerful
Very
tool.
powerful.
Oh, Tom. Where are you, friend?
Oh, Tom, why have you abandoned us? In any case, Teesa's a little busy being a new mom right now, but you should really get your ass on Spotify and listen to Kolaj. And I don't know, add her to a party playlist. We'll put a link in the show notes. And if we can find Heartstrums, you better believe we'll post a link to that too. And you know what you can do for us? Subscribe to our podcast. And if you really want to do us a solid, rate and review. It really helps boost us in the algorithm and get us into more ears. So thank you for listening and supporting your homies. We love you, and we'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week in our holiday-ish episode
Yeah.
with Izzy Ray.
Woo.
That's it.